Kim Porter's tell-all memoir Kim's Lost Words is getting a lot of attention following its release just a week before Diddy's arrest. Now, the late model and actress who passed away back in 2018 from quote-unquote pneumonia, child, left behind some jaw-dropping details about her ex, including an alleged tape she saw of him with Justin Bieber. Now, according to the Daily Mail, Kim left behind a 60-page manuscript on a flash drive which one of her friends leaked to a LA-based publisher named Chris Todd. Chris claims that the source who handed him the drive was an extremely close friend to Kim and Diddy, though he doesn't actually disclose who it was. Whatever the case may be, the book, which was released on September 6 under the name Jamal T. Millwood, exposes Diddy's relationship with Justin. Now, Chris didn't want his name on the book. He told the publication that he didn't want to claim ownership of Kim's words, but is willing to come forward now following the arrest of Diddy. "I know the celebrity source pretty well," he said. "I know how close they were to Kim and Diddy and all the people in the hip-hop community. This was supposedly for Kim Porter from the grave to come forward and tell her story." Now, in one part of the book, Kim allegedly wrote about the discoverings of tons of adult tapes involving Diddy, which she found in his bedroom vault. She made copies of the tapes in an effort to protect herself following years of alleged domestic abuse at the hands of the disgraced mogul. And now, making copies of the tapes was going to be her way out once and for all, but upon watching the tapes, Kim was horrified with what she ended up witnessing. Some of the tapes had things I would have never expected. The gay parties are one thing, but the young boys, like two hip-hop stars formerly managed by Diddy, and the then 18-year-old pop star, I would have never known, she wrote. It's believed that the 18-year-old she's referring to is Justin, who shared a very close relationship with Diddy during his teenage years, okay? Of course, it doesn't help to know that Usher was Justin Bieber's mentor when he first landed his big break in the industry. And if you know about Usher's history with Diddy now, child, then you know there's every reason to believe something shady has been going on.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Now, Justin and Diddy last worked together on the rapper's record Love album of the great On the Track Moment. But one has to wonder whether Justin was coerced to work on the record given all the dirt that Diddy may have on the Biebs, including that alleged tape. Now, there are tons of videos and photos of Diddy and Justin out and about together.
Welcome to the family,
Justin was also having issues with substance abuse while getting into multiple run-ins with the law. And let's not forget about that creepy video of Diddy saying he had custody of Justin for the next 48 hours.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
And then there's that video where Diddy seems pressed that Justin hasn't been hanging out with him anymore, and Justin gets noticeably uncomfortable.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But
now, these interactions, once seen as harmless mentorship, now take on a much more sinister tone in light of recent allegations. But back to the tapes for a second, child. Apparently, the friend who had Kim's flash drive had already made copies of the tapes prior to giving it away. It's said that there are several people who are in possession of those tapes, if not all of them, but who currently holds those tapes remains unknown. Jay-Z, do you have your copy? But the most disturbing thing of all, Chris claims, "I know for a fact that the tapes of Diddy with a teenage pop star has been shopped to Hollywood studios by other parties," heavily implying that the tape could potentially be getting out to the public, child. And if it's not sold and distributed, it could end up being leaked on social media, because y'all know how social media goes. Everything be getting leaked. The fact that there could be a tape of an 18-year-old Justin and Diddy allegedly hitting the internet is just wild to me. Now, Justin hasn't said a word about Diddy's arrest. The singer, who recently became a dad to a newborn baby with Hailey Bieber, has remained tight-lipped, and we doubt he'll be saying anything anytime soon. That is, unless he's made to testify in the upcoming trial, yeah. Furthermore, the 60-page memoir paints a picture of a relationship filled with jealousy and control. Kim describes walking on eggshells due to Diddy's short fuse and explosive temper. She reveals how his possessive behavior made her feel isolated and manipulated. Now, there were also claims that her Toluca Lake house, where she would end up passing away, had been wired, and while her phone lines were also tapped. In the book she writes, "He hosted parties that were just a fancy name of orgies, and everybody wanted in. On one particular night, Kim allegedly recalled, 'I woke up and left the bedroom where I was, and Sean happened to be coming out of the bedroom with a chart-topping rapper and a woman's husband.'" Further on, Kim reveals she shared an open relationship with Diddy and often had romantic encounters in the bedroom with other celebrities. Kim allegedly wrote that she frequently slept with Tupac Shakur, and her first physical encounter with Diddy was when she refused to engage in a bedroom act with him that involved using a strap-on. "I just can't stop thinking about that night. It was amazing. Can you screw me one more time? Let me take that, please," Diddy allegedly told Kim, the book claims share. "I became infuriated," she said, telling him to go and sleep with a male executive she allegedly knew he'd been sleeping with instead. Diddy became so pissed that he slapped her across the head. "Then Sean hit me. This was the first time, but he slapped me hard," she wrote. "Before I could form words, he began to beg. I'm sorry. Holding my cheek where he hit me, I turned and ran off. That should have been it. But I guess I'm a glutton for punishment." She also recounts being abused at the hands of Diddy at her apartment. "He fiercely slammed me to the ground. Then he pulled out a gun and sat it on the end table. He knelt on one knee and got right in my face to say, 'You're mine. You don't have a choice in that now. I can't live without you. He's a terrifying monster," she said. Now, the memoir also exposes Diddy's interactions with other young male artists in the industry, hinting at a pattern of exploitation. As his trial date looms, I'm sure there'll be so much more we will learn about Diddy's sickening ways.